It's December, almost the end of the year, but as always we have one big gaming blowout before we all wind down around the Christmas tree, the Game Awards. And last year we saw the first trailer, for example, for Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream, Alan Wake 2 was announced, and we got that still insane looking Matrix Unreal Engine 5 demo that was released on the same day as the show. And this year the Game Awards are back on December 8th, and there are many reasons to believe that it will be way bigger than last year. So I want to go over all the leaks, rumors and announcements that have already been made. We'll of course share what I hope to see as well. Something with robot dinos would be cool. So of course totally leave a like if you are curious about the new game reveals, and subscribe because I will do a big roundup after the Game Awards with all the big announcements. Let's go. One of the big reveals we will get is for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which was announced in May during the Star Wars celebration, but we haven't heard anything since. Well, that will change very soon. Insider Gaming from Tom Henderson reported that the game will be at the Game Awards and that the announcement will include a new trailer, release date and pre-order date, and it's believed that the announcement will be made around the 30 minutes into the show. So that's quite the blowout, but it makes sense because the game should still be out before April 2023, looking at the major IP EA has listed for their final quarter of their financial year, which is between January and March. Now Jeff Grubb, who has been right countless of times as well, confirms this Game Awards news on Twitter and also said that the game will still be out in March. And yes, I agree, that's still kinda crazy to think about because all we have is this short teaser trailer where we see that our ship, the Mantis, has crashed with no sign of our crew. It takes place 5 years after Fallen Order. BD1 and Cal are still together, and Cal now also has a blaster on his belt in this shot with the new character that we might learn more about in the new trailer. The EA Star Wars account now also changed their profile picture and banner to new Jedi Survivor art, so it's happening. I cannot wait to see more, and the March release just once again means that 2023 will start with a bang. And what we saw last year during the Game Awards is that a lot of early year titles will get new trailers during the show. So high chance that Forspoken and a Dead Space remake that are both slated for January will make an appearance. Atomic Heart, the first-person Bioshock Prey type game, could show up here as well because it recently got a February 21st date, and I totally think that Hogwarts Legacy will get a new trailer too. Sony wants to launch the PlayStation VR 2 on February 22nd, so I would be shocked if they did not promote the hardware at the Game Awards, with likely some Call of the Mountain gameplay, although I hope that's not the only Horizon stuff we will see. More on that in a moment. I first want to go over some other things that have already been confirmed, like Tekken 8 will get a new trailer. They sent out some merch to streamers saying tune in to the Game Awards livestream. It can't get more official than that. We got a first look at the game a few months ago during a state of play, and the weather effects in particular looked very impressive. This should be gameplay, it's also next gen only, and we will likely see way more on December 8th. Now real quick, another fighting game that we might see is Street Fighter 6, and I in particular think that the Battle Hub system looks very appealing. There's actually also a new closed beta coming the week after the Game Awards, so makes sense that they want to drop a new trailer to remind people of that. But we will not see it until April 2023 at the earliest, as noted in a recent Capcom financial report, although I still think it's probably for the first half of 2023, as the game got recently rated, which usually means that it's close. Another game that got rated, so it's like playable from start to finish, is Final Fantasy 16. I'm not sure if you saw the most recent trailer from a month ago, but it looks really impressive, especially the art design and the world. These cities look stunning. Also the boss fights that were teased have a massive scale, and I think the action-focused combat looks very promising. So Jeff Keighley, the host of the Game Awards, already confirmed that the producer of the game, also known for his work on Final Fantasy 14, will do a very special presentation during the show. So next to a new trailer, we will likely get the release date, which seems to be June 22nd, 2023, with the pre-orders likely going up around that time as well. It's by the way a 6-month exclusive for the PlayStation 5, so if they hit that release date, then it means that it will likely still launch in 2023 for PC and maybe Xbox. Seems like a new Kojima project will be there as well, because he tweeted, "Start a new journey with with Jeff Keighley posting, very interesting, and the Game Awards tweeted a siren emote. Now if we look at the image, we see a logo for the automated public assistance company, with the other ones likely being companies too, and this looks very similar to the company icons from the first Death Stranding game. And Norman Reedus already said multiple times that a sequel is coming, and it's now also 3 years since that first title. So yeah, I think it's probably that, although we also know that Kojima is of course doing something with Xbox. In terms of Death Stranding, I hope they focus more on the action for the sequel. I especially liked the inventory on your back system, where if an enemy knocks off a weapon, you cannot use it until you pick it up again, or where you would lose cargo if you would enter tight spaces with a ton on your back. Hope they keep those interesting ideas, but go in a different direction for this next game. So we talked about things that will be there, but we also have the other side of the coin, Ed Boon saying that we are not ready to announce the next NetherRealm Studios game yet. So no Mortal Kombat or new Injustice at the Game Awards, but I still think that Warner Bros. Will have something besides Hogwarts Legacy, which again seems like a safe bet. Because last year they actually announced the Wonder Woman game out of nowhere from the Shadow of War creators, and I would love to see more of that. Like, it's been 5 years since that open world Mordor RPG. Still, I could see it go both ways, but I think that new Suicide footage is more likely, because that first gameplay trailer that we're looking at right here is 1 year old, because that was shown last year during the Game Awards. And now that Gotham Knights is out, it's time to focus on the next DC game in line, and this Rocksteady title was also planned for 2022, so you would think that it's now like first half of 2023. Really hope that we see more. And Xbox also likes to show up at the Game Awards. Remember that in 2019 they actually revealed the Xbox Series X there for the first time, which was kinda wild. And the first game they showed alongside that was Hellblade 2, which actually got the gameplay trailer that you're seeing right here last year at the show. So maybe more Hellblade 2, because you would hope that it's finally coming in 2023. There was a rumor a while back about Avowed being at the show, but it was not really a credible source. Like, I do hope that we see one of those titles, like Fable, Perfect Dark, or Indiana Jones. And then Avowed from Obsidian seems to be the one that is the furthest along. Now, I think it's worth noting that Redfall is still planned for the early part of 2023, so I think that if we're going to see one Microsoft Bethesda title, it's probably going to be that one, with probably an official release date. I think they're gonna save Starfield for later. Now, maybe you remember that Sony wanted to launch 2 live service games by March 2023. This was in May, but those titles have still not been announced yet. Helldivers 2 seems to be one of those games though, with a trailer even leaked online. So if that game is imminent, I think Game Awards is probably going to be the best place to reveal it. Now, I know the most anticipated Sony game right now is Spider-Man 2. It's also one of the only ones that they have announced, but I don't think that they will show it here though. I think they're gonna save it for like a bigger reveal later on. Insomniac did know though that the game is still planned for 2023. Now, I think at the Game Awards, Sony is probably going to focus on stuff that is more imminent, like the PlayStation VR 2 and Horizon Call of the Mountain, which of course is a launch game, but a PS5 remake, multiplayer game, and Forbidden West DLC also leaked in an internal document. Like, they got big plans over here, and I don't think you want to wait, especially for the Forbidden West DLC, for longer than a year. And you would think that with Guerrilla Games being in the audience to hopefully pick up an award or two, that it would be the perfect time to at least reveal one of those projects. Now, let's go over some other things that I think we might see there. One of them is Elden Ring DLC. The game of course launched around the same time as Horizon Forbidden West, and it's obvious that more content is coming, so it would also make sense to announce that here when they will probably pick up the Game of the Year awards. Like, I would go for God of War myself, but I think Elden Ring deserves it more because of how big it was and the immense impact it will have on games moving forward. You would almost forget that Cyberpunk also still has a big expansion planned, and it's probably going to launch in the first half of 2023, so the Game Awards is the only big mainstream show where they can really push it. I think they're gonna show it here and maybe announce the release date. Bioware also has something with a Jeff Keighley stage. Like, they like to unveil projects that are still far away, so I would not be surprised if we saw a new trailer for Dragon Age Dreadwolf that should launch in the next 12 to 16 months. So a new trailer here I think makes sense. And I would not be surprised if I made this prediction last year as well, but we know that a new Bioshock game is coming, and just like a small teaser for the rumored Antarctica setting would already be enough, because I think it will probably hit in 2023 after being delayed for a couple of times. I don't think Ubisoft will have anything here, like Mirage seems to be pushed back even further now to August 2023. So I think they will save the gameplay for probably E3 or something. Maybe Skull and Bones will show up here, but I'm not sure if that will be exciting enough. So I think Ubisoft will not do a lot. Let me know what you want to see in the comments down below. I want to always make like realistic predictions that I think have a chance of being there, like not GTA 6 or something. And usually half of the games will be things we never heard about before, like Arc Raiders that totally surprised us last year. So I'm sure we will see more of those types of games. Now again, I will do a big video rounding out all the big reveals from the Game Awards very soon after the show, so subscribe to not miss that. A like on the video would really help me out. And for now you can check out my video going over the big open world games that were recently revealed. Like, we might see more of the titles I mentioned in that video at the Game Awards too. For now, I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.